back, they wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said. Supposed to feel. How's it supposed to feel? Fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? Supposed to feel. How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I take a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel?
The title of your live is FUNKP stuff.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Its intensity may be more than some wish to be exposed to, and those people should
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Welcome, yes. We are here live with you, and we have Jason Swoboda here as well. I don't know where he's at. I'm sure he's coming back very. Oh, there he is! Oh my God!
There I am.
Hello.
I cannot see you guys though.
You can't see us.
I can't see.
That's really sad, Jason. I'm right here, and
I know.
looking at
I
you.
can't see you, so I don't know.
No. Well, I'll make something happen here. Just give me a moment. And Heather, while I set up Jason so he can see us, can you please talk to the audience while I work?
What do you want me to tell him?
I want you to tell him something, Heather, because I'm working on something here.
Hey, Jason. I
Yes?
missed you so much yesterday when we went to AwesomeCon.
I know we don't have a thing there this year.
Yeah, I was sad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just missed you, that's all.
Well,
Yes.
I missed you guys too.
We were wondering, why weren't you there? Was it just, bad timing or what?
They just didn't have a booth.
We just didn't have a booth, and then I had completely forgotten about it. But I was doing my own. I had my own con this weekend. It was not many people went, and I didn't have anything for sale, so it was. And I had no guests, but it was me, so I got to enjoy it myself.
That's a good
yes.
weekend.
What was it called? The SwobodaCon?
It was called Saturday Con and Sunday Con.
Weekend Con.
Yeah, the weekend con.
We got a interesting comment. Does anyone pull a grail from their mystery box? Yes, and we actually have. And
We actually pulled a couple of grails.
yeah.
for anyone who wants to know, look up the hashtag Mystery Grail. They're all there.
Yeah.
Or whoever, well, I shouldn't say they're all there. Whoever decides to tag us and post them there, they are there. So.
By the way, your picture looks amazing tonight. Or what are you doing? What are you using? Is it something new?
Here?
Yeah. Your video, like your picture, just everything looks like crisp, like 4K almost.
Well, thank you.
So what did you do?
It's just
I'm
his
taking
face.
I'm taking steroids. No, I have a light on.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have a light on, and it's only in the one corner there.
Holy shit, we got a pro in our hands, Heather.
Hey, you know what? I'm looking at the YouTube feed. Yeah, that's good lighting.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, you can barely tell that I'm like heavy.
That's a great word.
Hold on, wait. Right here.
Somebody the other day said it was something like somebody used the word husky, and I hadn't heard that in like a very long time.
Husky boy.
Yeah, I hadn't heard husky in a very long time.
Yeah, well.
Hold on. Somebody said you're echoing, and he should no longer be echoing. Thank you for telling us, Al. We appreciate you.
Well, Dean, I could be live from my toilet. Who knows?
All right. So
wait, your toilet's not there.
So tonight we were going to talk a little bit about. And by the way, Derek and everybody else, I fixed Jason. Everything should be fine now. I didn't fix him in the way that you think that I said that I fixed him. I fixed his audio. So
I know if you remember the podcast, yes, I talked about how I got fixed.
Yes, he got fixed at one point, but it was not me, so you can't say that it was me. So we were going to talk a little bit about our Awesome Con experience, talk to Jason about things that are going on at $7 a pop, and all other things in between. You know, this is one of those lives I like more than other lives because we get to hang with Jason and talk to him and pick his brain and maybe find out some things that are happening in Swoboda land.
At SwobodaCon.
By the way, you know, a lot of people
That's my favorite con.
A lot of people shit on the NFT thing. And yet we posted a video last night about this is kind of a good conversation, but we posted a video about the top 10 most valuable Funko Pops dropped in 2022. And believe it or not, 6 out of 10 were NFT Funko Pops.
Really? What were the 6? I missed the conversation.
I believe that Thermal Leonardo, Freddy Funko from Ninja Turtles, Bebop from Ninja Turtles, Shredder, Casey Jones, and Bob's Big Boy. Right. Those are the 6, if I remember correctly. And then there were 4 others, and only one was anime! Only one, believe it or not. But the other 6, NFT. So, Jason, this is kind of a good conversation. I kind of almost want to keep this to an actual video and do like an interview with you. And here's why. Let me explain what my thoughts on this.
It's a new segment called Into the Mind of Chris.
Exactly. No, every video is into the mind of me, and maybe that's why we don't get as many views as we should. So here's the thing. You have been in the Funko game for a very, very long time. Like, I would suggest the beginning of Funko, right? So being that a lot of people are... So this is going to be a multiple part question, so keep up.
Okay.
Being that this is something new, the NFT thing is something new to the Funko community, and there's a lot of backlash to it. First question: have you seen a lot of that in your Funko career since you've started being it? Hold on, don't answer yet. Okay, have you seen something like this happen before? Additionally, you've seen all these different things happen in the Funko community. You've seen all these Funko products sort of being what's the word I'm looking for? Tested, or not even tested, but produced. You've seen like new things being produced similar to NFTs. What are your thoughts on NFTs as well? Like, I want to know what you think of NFTs because you've been in it long enough to know if this is a bit of a stumble or not. So give us your thought. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I really don't think it is. I think that the NFT, I've said it before too. I think when we were talking about when they were first launching, and I even said this, I believe that this is probably something for the future. I'm not going to sit there and hawk it or anything and like tell you, oh, you got to invest, you got to buy this and buy this, because it is investments. I'm not an advisor, but you know, someday you hear all this talk about the metaverse. It's not too far off, where people are buying up right now digital real estate where you can own like a digital house,
Yeah.
and then you can build on this land at some point. And it's not like cheap. Like they're going for a lot of money now. And like you can live in like Snoop Dogg land, you can live in but you could make a Gasoland. You could make
May I ask, who would not want to live in Snoop Dogg land, Heather?
Right. I mean, it's all virtual. But like one day you're going to be able to like go log into the Ready Player One type of situation and go over someone's house and then look at their display of all of their cards that they have, all of their NFTs, if they have artwork, if they have rare cards or something else, you're going to be able to see all that. So I think just I think having the physical redemption's helpful to get people on board with it. I know I thought that was a nice touch to it. And the fact that the physical pops are actually in demand speaks a lot. So I think they're doing it the smart way. I mean, I have other NFT stuff that isn't Funko. I have stuff from that my friend Priscilla, who does the Sune vinyls, or not vinyls, but she does the artwork, the cat. You've probably seen it. I've shared it like a ton. And she's always at the cons we're at too. But she has NFTs that she does. Sully, who used to work for Funko, he deals in NFTs. Who's the Tiny Ghosts? They had the
Reacher
NFT
Bryan?
drop. Yeah, he had Tiny Ghost NFT drops as well. And those traded in Ethereum, so they wound up being more money, value, at least value wise. But I mean, it's some of this stuff's crazy, and everyone likes to point to like that Bored Ape thing where everybody basically lost their hat because they bought it for way high and the value just plummeted for them. But I do think that, if you're just looking for something to buy and like dip your toe into it, these are perfect because it's not that much money. It's, if you can get in, it's like $30 for 15 cards. And I mean, you'd spend more on mystery minis probably trying to get something that you like. And, you could pull something, you could sell them, you could and trade them for things that you want in the NFT realm. I've had I got all the retro comic ones. I have it was my first royalty, and I'm pretty pleased about it. So
nice,
I'm working on the Kellogg's. I'm almost there.
Hell yeah.
Almost.
Well, what was your first? You said you say Grail?
What do you mean? No, the first royalty.
Oh, sorry, first.
Yeah.
So what was your first royalty?
It was the retro comics.
Oh,
I completed.
retro comic. Okay.
Yeah, I completed that entire set.
Gotcha.
I didn't need any help. I did it all. And you know what? It was actually thanks to your video that you put out on how to do stuff on Atomic Hub that I figured out how to do it, because
Amazing.
it was driving me crazy because I'm just, I didn't get it, and then you did it. I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool.
Thank you. I'm glad it helped. I'm so happy when I hear people say that it's helped them, because when we made that video, that was around the time where I think things started picking up with NFTs, because there for a while when TMNT dropped, and what was after that? A couple of the other ones.
Big Boy. It was Iron Maiden.
Big Boy was one that people were hating on in a really big way. It wasn't until DC when people really started jumping on board, in my opinion. Like Scooby-Doo was sort of big, but DC I think has really knocked the top off the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the more people just jumped in on it because they wanted those specific pops. But
Right.
The Bob Ross one, it didn't do well. I mean, they burned over half of what was available, half the pack. So,
Yeah,
but
Bob,
I didn't like the redeemables of that either. But then all those people got on the topic of like his estate and all this other stuff. It was messy. So I doubt they'll be revisiting Bob Ross. But there's other ones that they're gonna do, and I'm pretty sure they're all gonna be great. And the first part of your question, have I seen backlash before? Yes, when Pops came out, there was a certain contingent of the fanatic community that was like, what the F are these things? They're dumb. I don't want that. They don't even bobble. It's a lot of that stuff that they talked about in the documentary, making fun, was true. People were just like, what is this? But that doesn't mean they were wrong, obviously, because more people all of a sudden jumped onto Funko, and now they're a worldwide phenomenon.
What was it? Were people not? Were they not interested in Funko becoming as big as they are today? Like,
definitely not. Look, none of us were. It was our thing. Like, it was our thing. There was like 300, like 200 to 300 of us, and that was it. It was our little corner of the world, and it's not ours anymore. It belongs to everyone now, because everybody collects Funko, young and old. Not just this small group of people who would get together once a year and would communicate on the message board. By the way, the message board's still there and still active. But it was our thing, and you kind of have to let that go and not. I don't hold it against them. I'm glad they're still there, because if Pop didn't come up, it still would have just been. I don't know if Funko would have made it through everything. I mean, obviously, they could have probably found something that was smaller that would have kept them going in like a niche audience or niche. Is it niche or niche?
Niche. I always say niche, and then people say niche all the time. I think it's niche.
Yeah.
I'm going with niche.
Yeah. So, they could have found that, but obviously they never would have found. I mean, the success of Pop, I mean, people are going to talk about that for forever, as far as like, phenomenons, and as far as companies having a product that everybody wants. I mean, it's gone beyond Cabbage Patch Kids. It's gone beyond anything that you could have possibly imagined. Definitely beyond Beanie Babies.
Absolutely.
Put that damn.
Pops are the next Beanie
Well,
Babies.
hold on. So there's one thing I noticed about Beanie Baby. One thing I noticed about Funko Pops. We were at Awesome Con over this weekend, which we do want to talk a little bit about that. I do have some pretty cool news for all of you.
Me too?
Yes, for you.
Oh,
Also,
nice.
Yes, of course. While we were there, I was looking at lines where people were going to get their autographs. And I noticed that there were lines that were really dead, and there were lines that were like full of people. I mean, just really full of people. Mm-hmm. And I kind of thought about it, and I was kind of connecting things. If somebody gets a Funko Pop, so a perfect example, Kel Mitchell from Keenan and Kel from All That. He does not have
Good Burger.
And Good Burger. He does not have a Funko Pop. His line was dead. I mean, like dead. Mm-hmm. If he had a Funko Pop, that line would have been maybe not like completely full, but it would have been much fuller than it was when we saw it yesterday. And I think that says a lot about that product, because with comic book artists, you can take, like Stan Lee as an example, when he was still living. People wanted to take their comic books there. They wanted to get them signed by Stan Lee. It was a big deal in the Marvel community. Nowadays, if there's a star and they have a Funko Pop that's associated with them, you can take your Funko Pop and get it signed by that person, which is something that $7 a pop has taken full control of. The Signature Series, right? Signature Series is so big now. And with your limited number Funko Pops that you have in the Signature Series, that's now a part of PPG. Now people are tracking these $7 a pop signed Funko Pops. It's sort of like gone even further than the autographed Funko Pop, right? So I take my Funko Pop and I get it autographed at a con. Well, now you guys have an autographed Funko Pop that is now limited. It has a number associated with it. It's a completely different thing.
Right. And it's an asset, right? So like I have this, signed David Desmalchin. This one's personalized. This is never going anywhere. And it says, "You're a mother effing superhero."
That's awesome.
So this is something I can sit there and I said, yes, you have this piece. In a lot of cases, you're like, either I met him or met this person, or look, this is actually his autographed. It's, it's got the what's the word I'm looking for there? It's got the JSA on the side. It's authenticated. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's all there, and it's something cool to have, because otherwise you're just going to have a binder full of 8x10s that they signed.
Right. And that to me is so boring. Like, and that's what Heather mentioned that yesterday. We were talking about the Keenan thing, or Kel, right? We met Kel.
Kel, but also the Sabrina the Teenage Witch
right,
cast.
Yes, the cast from Sabrina.
Okay.
So if they had Funko Pops, right, you would have been all over that.
I would have been all over that, because Okay, I got a few pictures yesterday, which is really cool, and I like that for some people that I meet. Like, that's a fun add-on if I have the extra cash.
Mm-hmm.
But autographs are my favorite thing because you get a little bit more time with them. You get to, like, talk to them as they're signing your stuff, where in photo ops, it's just like, okay, stand here and smile. And
Right.
you can't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fast-paced... The photo op is a fast-paced situation where you just get in, get your picture, and then they kick you out, and we got to bring in the next person. As an example, like Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, we met him. He signed our Moff Gideon. He signed Heather's Gus Fring as well. And while we're in line talking to him, we got a photo with him as well. He was really, really cool. And I asked him questions like, what is your favorite, thing that you've ever been in? Star Wars, Mandalorian, or Breaking Bad? And he said, well, Breaking Bad is a huge part of, my life. And that's something that's very important to me because it was one of my first big breakout roles. I am a diehard, Breaking Bad guy, which was great. That was cool to hear, from directly from him. And by the way, when we walked up there, not to cut you off, because I know you're going to say something, I said, I want you to write, you have something I want. And he looked at me and he had the pop in his hand and he goes, you have something I want. And I was like, it's like it gives me goosebumps just saying it right now, because in the moment, like, it blew me away, like, so hard that it was just like, what do I, like, how do I recuperate from that? So I just started, like, continuing to talk. But after, like, that event, I walked away and I was thinking about, I told Heather, I can't believe he just said that to me. Like, he actually said the fucking line. That, to me, that was really, really cool, really fun. And that's a part of the experience, right? That's cool.
Yeah, I think I probably would have talked his ear off about Better Call Saul. I just would have just talked nothing about it and just said, like, how in the hell, how does it feel to be a part of one of the most beautifully constructed shows ever?
Sure.
And then that's in addition to Breaking Bad. Like, each, and then I probably would have asked him about The Usual Suspects. I would have probably asked him about every single role he ever did.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I liked you in The Usual Suspects. You had a small role in that one, but I loved it. It was great.
I loved you in everything. You're the best. You can do no wrong.
What's interesting is that, where we got a photo with him, it was take your own photos. And luckily I brought the camera that we film all of our stuff on. Really nice camera. So we took some pretty decent photos. I mean, it could have been the same with our phone. I don't know. But we got these photos, and one of the photos was like him in his Gus Fring like face, his evil henchman, evil villain face, and then we got a photo of him smiling, and I posted both of those on Facebook.
I saw
and Instagram.
those. That was funny.
Yeah, no, it was like cool because we got both. We got the actor, and then we also got the guy, because him in real life was a really, really sweet person, like a very gentle person. And for some reason, those people make the best villains. I guess it's because that is like a complete 180 for them in real life. That makes it, they can actually take that whole villainous side and really, punch it to 11,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But dude was awesome. I told Heather, I said, if this ever happens again, I would definitely go and get something signed by him again. And I know that sounds really crazy, but I totally would, because he was that great of an experience. And autographs now have become an experience. I think back in the day, it used to be you walk up. I remember way back when I went to a Seven Dust concert, and they had a meet and greet at the beginning. And they had a picture or whatever it was, and they would sign it, and then you kind of walk down a line, and then you had the whole band sign this picture. Okay, that's cool. Now, I think with a lot of the actors and actresses, you go to these cons, you walk up to get your autograph, and it becomes an experience. You're meeting them, you're talking to them, you're getting bits and pieces of information you might not get by just watching them on TV. Like they're actually showing you that they're human. Like, to me, that's the most interesting part of going and getting an autograph. I love that. I think that's amazing.
I agree. It's fun. I remember I met Adam West years and years ago at it was a show called the Super Mega Show. It was up in New Jersey at a Sheraton off of the Jersey Turnpike. I think it was a Sheraton. I had gone with Steve because he was just like, oh, they're going to the Super Mega Show. I was like, yeah, this there was a Funko vendor there, the Wobbler King, who had he's the one who got the Old Navy Magic, the dog, the wacky wobblers. He helped get them produced, and he had
Oh, cool.
all the stock of them. And so I was going up there to meet him and hopefully buy an Old Navy Magic for $100 at the time, which of course is way overpriced now. But at the time, I was a good deal. So that was like a grail at the time, and so we went up there, but I didn't want to pay money to get. So I was waiting with Steve in line, and when it came time to him, Adam West turned to me. He's like, "Were you getting one too?" I said, "No." I said, "I just wanted to come over here and say hi and shake your hand." He's like, "Whoa, all right, young man. Here you go. Thank you." So I shook Adam West's hand. But yeah, that was a fun time.
That's
but
amazing.
it's fun meeting. It's fun running into people like that. The old Comic Cons, like San Diego Comic Cons, before Hollywood kind of turned it into the pop culture event of everything. A friend of mine had said he was looking at some used records at this one booth, and he starts talking to the person next to him, and it was Weird Al Yankovic, who's
That's
also
awesome.
looking at the records in there. But
Amazing.
those days are long gone now, unfortunately, at least for the big cons like San Diego or New York.
Does it rub you the wrong way that San Diego Comic Con is now like the haven for Hollywood?
I mean, it's a lot of. It was really. I mean, in some ways, sure, because Hollywood wants to move it closer to Los Angeles, but San Diego is doing their best to keep it there. But it's just, again, it goes back to that. It's almost like the con has grown with Funko. So like the bigger Funko has gotten, the bigger the con has gotten.
Sure.
And it's like New York went up to the next level as soon as Funko showed up there, because New York Comic Con was always a big show. But then once Funko started going there, they were like the first big toy company to actually, have a booth there and like have representation there. And like I remember people were coming up to us in 2015 and just going, I couldn't get tickets to the lottery, but I just want to say thank you guys for coming here. None of the big guys ever come up to New York, and I'm just like, that's ridiculous. But you think most of them are on the West Coast, so of course they're not gonna go across the country. But now you're seeing more and more of that, especially at New York. Like Mattel had like a big thing there, I think.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. So yeah, I mean they all wind up going eventually, but Funko kind of is it's almost like they're making their own path to get there. It's
Sure.
It's crazy, and just to see how big it's gotten over the years
Well,
it's still it's shocking to me. I'm just like, I can't believe it. Like I've talked to Becker before, and I'm just like, can you believe it? He's like, no. I cannot.
Well,
but they know what they're doing. They're smart people. So whatever they're gonna come up with next it's gonna wow us. It's not gonna be a handy dandy. It's not gonna be. I mean, I'm surprised that I don't see Popsies anymore. I'm legitimately surprised. I thought
know. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out about that actually. I really like Popsies.
Damn.
I hope I hope we get another wave of them.
It's Walmart's fault. I blame them.
Yeah.
Well, we saw the new ones. They announced those Mother's Day ones.
Yeah, we got the Mother's Day one.
Yeah,
for
from
my
Golden
for my
Girls.
grandma. Yeah.
Oh, did they really? Did they
Yeah.
come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one for my grandma actually.
For Mother's Day.
How I must be out of touch with things. I
thing
missed that completely.
One thing I did want to mention is that we were at AwesomeCon yesterday, which is not a huge con for those who are not in the local area. It's
bigger than Baltimore.
Yeah, bigger than Baltimore Comic Con, but it's a relatively larger con. They didn't have many Pops there, believe it or not. It was lacking Funko Pops, and it made me. It just felt weird. I don't know how else to say it, because it used to be you walk in and there was Funko Pops literally everywhere. You would see just booth after booth after booth of Funko Pops. At this con, it was more sort of guided or directed towards anime. So there was a lot more anime kind of related stuff. I noticed yesterday. I don't know. Did you notice that there was a lot of weapons?
Yes.
Like fake,
lightsabers, keyblades, and then whatever anime weapons.
a
there
lot
are.
of weapon stuff. Like they're made out of like foam, so it was like a keyblade made out of foam. There's a lot of that kind of stuff there, and I don't really know why that was like a big thing there, but it was. It was a big cosplay kind of con. is the best way I can put it. Like cosplay and anime sort of overtook the entire thing.
No, I can believe that. Sure.
But not as many like Funko Pops as I'm used to, I guess is the best thing I can say.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a show thing where they just don't want it to be a Funko show, and maybe they say, hey, we can't have 8,000 Funko Pop vendors here. It's going to look like, they don't want it to look like that. But going back to what you're saying about the lines and who had Funko Pops, a lot of voice actors and a lot of actors realize that. And, they're just, I think Jerry the King Lawler, the wrestler, was walking around at one point looking for his pop so he could have them to sign because they hadn't come out yet. This was at Emerald City. He was like, where's my pop? I need my pop. I got to sign. You need to get it. Like talking to us. I'm like, you got to go over to Funko and talk to them. I'm not Funko, King. You got to go over there.
I mean, so that's like the 3D picture, right? So that's
they know that there's a value in it, and they know that collectors will have that, and they know where to sign. They know how to do it. So once someone gets a pop of themselves, they're like thrilled. And then of course, if you're someone like, I don't know, Michael Jordan, who won't sign for $15 million, he doesn't sign.
Right.
If Michael Jordan, for example, ever decided to have a signing, look how many pops he has. It would be for days. Like it would be a ridiculous amount. Or like if Arnold Schwarzenegger ever wanted to sign, and you can pay him his exorbitant fee for a couple hours to do that, he'd have plenty to sign, and they understand that. But there's people out there who actually, and collectors too, who will bring up props for movies and stuff. But the Funko Pop it's more affordable, and it's easier to carry around, and more people are going to have it.
Absolutely.
So not everyone's going to have a pair of like vintage boxing gloves for Sylvester Stallone to sign, but they'll have a Rocky Pop. You can sign it real quick, and then that's that.
So $7 a pop going after all these, folks for signature series and stuff like that. Do you guys have like a list of like whales that at some point these are ones that you want to like at some point get?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I know Lee really would love to get Pearl Jam. I think for him personally, he would like to get Pearl Jam. And he would love Sylvester Stallone, but Sylvester Stallone doesn't really sign. And when he does sign, it's like, we would have to charge something outrageous for it. It was like when Harrison Ford was doing a signing, it was like over $2,000 because he doesn't want to sign. So of course he's going to make it really worthwhile for him. And let me tell you, if I could earn $2,000 just to go, I would.
Right. Yeah. Oh
easily. I think everyone would.
Well, look at Robert Downey Jr. He was charging like $1,000 recently.
Close.
For his
I think it was like 7 or 8.
But a lot of it was going to charity, which is great. But me getting his autograph, I mean, I don't have that kind of money to put out for a charity. If I did, I would just give it to a charity, but I don't.
Oh, sure. But you had to, because you had to go release a toy and you had to have it be successful. So that's on you, dude. That's on you, dude. Sorry.
Speaking of that, believe it or not, we were informed that there is a Ghastly on eBay right now, being sold, and he's like up like $150 right now.
Hey, so that you should charge more.
It's unbelievable.
That's what I told Chris.
Speaking of which, a couple things. So we have, for those who do not know, we are going to, hopefully, it's going to be in time. We're going to have a New York Comic Con exclusive, and that exclusive, you'll have to be at the con in order to get it, to get your hands on it. But I'll tell you this, it's incredible. It's a brand new mold. It's going to blow your socks off. I can tell you that right now. I cannot wait until we can actually unveil what we're doing. But hopefully around maybe the September time frame, or, I don't know, sometime around there, we'll start putting out information and letting you all know what exactly we're doing. But I'll just say this. If you're around New York or you're able to go to New York Comic Con, highly recommend that you go if you like Ghastly stuff. And there's a couple reasons why. One, you can go there and you can meet us and get Ghastly. Additionally, we're going to have a meetup. Heather and I are currently planning all of this right now. We're planning a meetup somewhere in New York near the con.
Possibly New Jersey.
Possibly New Jersey through the tunnel, where we meet up, hang out, and just party together. We'll, if you wanted us to, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm like my chest is out, but we'll sign stuff if you want us to sign stuff for you. But really, it's about meeting up and hanging out, and we will probably most likely bring something with us to give away for those who actually come to meet us and hang out. So it'll be very specific. And I think the way that we're going to do it, we've been talking about this, and I want to let you know this is what we're going to be doing. We most likely will have a reservation system on MischiefToys.com. You can reserve a spot. And the reason why this is important is that we know how many people will actually come to it, because that'll give us an idea of how big the room is that we rent, so we can have everybody together, hanging out, and the amount of items that we'll be giving away.
Yeah,
so,
when I was shopping around to find places that had like party rooms and stuff, they were asking me how many people, and I'm like, I don't know. How many people can you fit in your room?
So
well, they're gonna, because everybody, you got to remember, everybody's gonna have something in the vicinity, in the area. So like,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be booking dinner soon for us every night when we're out there. Plus, keep in mind too, there's rumor of a Fright Night event happening.
Oh, for Funko.
Yes, so you
Oh.
definitely don't want to have it the same night as that.
It
Yeah.
probably would.
So if you can give us a heads up, Jason, keep in touch with us. Let us know.
Chris
I-
wants to do
I-
it on Saturday. I have a feeling if Funko does
Yeah,
anything, it'll be
probably
on Saturday.
Yeah.
It might be Friday though.
Okay.
Maybe.
As soon
Yeah.
as you know something, please let us know, and that way we can make sure our plans are set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I totally would like to attend. But the thing is that what we're doing for New York Comic Con is the biggest thing we've ever done as both a channel and as a toy company. This is the largest thing we've ever done. And
Can I take a guess as to what it is? Is
Of
it
course.
is it a Shrek Ghastly?
yes, it is. How'd you know?
What the hell,
Yes.
Jason?
What? Why you gotta rip the whole top off the whole thing?
I'm sorry, I just thought it was really cool that if it was a Shrek Ghastly. somebody once told me.
Ghastlies are like onions.
They are.
We actually have a really big plan for New York Comic Con. If you're there, you're going to see something. I've run past what we're doing across a lot of people, and from my understanding, based off of these longtime con goers, we're doing something that's like virtually never been done. So it's a really big deal for the toy company. It's a really big deal for Ghastly. I think this is what's really going to bring us into the toy community in a very big way, and I'm really excited about it. So, make sure you're following everything we're doing and sign up for the Mischief Toys newsletter. Go to MischiefToys.com and sign up there. Additionally, I did want to say this. We didn't mention Patreon at all during this live so far, but I do want to mention it. So, our next Patreon call will be sometime in the month of June. I haven't quite figured out when that'll be, but we'll be giving away one of these. So we'll be giving away a Giancarlo Esposito Funko Pop signed by your friend Giancarlo, who plays Moff Gideon, Gus Fring. So we'll be giving this away. So make sure you guys, if you want to win this, go over and join patreon.com/Gastlecast. You need to be level 3 or 4.
No, it's level 4 for that one.
A level 4 for this one.
Yes.
Okay, so level 4 for this one. Additionally, we're going to be giving away an entire set. That's right, an entire set of Doctor Strange Funko Pops that will include, I thought I had him around here, a Chase Doctor Strange and all of the other characters included in it. We'll be giving away all of those to one lucky winner. Additionally, we'll be giving away all sorts of stuff. I'll be picking and choosing Funko Pops that we have here in the studio to give away for Patreon. You never know what we're going to be giving away. Sometimes we give away only during the call. We do a Google Meet call every single month where we have everybody join the Google Meet call and we hang out, we chat. You guys ask us questions. We can ask you questions and just see how you're feeling about what we're doing on the channel and Mischief Toys. We show you early Mischief Toys pictures and all that kind of stuff. We've run a lot of ideas past you guys. So go and join patreon.com/Gastlecast if you want to be a part of it. And it seems like a lot of people who are in our Patreon always talk about how great it is. So that makes me feel really good. A lot of our patrons, most of our patrons, I would say, always carry on about how awesome the experience is hanging out with us. So patreon.com/Gastlecast. There you go. I wanted to put that out there. Jason, since you're here, not to go too far off of where we're at, I wanted to talk to you about anything new from $7 a pop. Anything that you can, any information you can give us.
Well, we have another signature series coming out this weekend. And I think it's one that you're gonna like, Chris.
Who?
Me?
Chris.
Chris,
Darn.
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry, Heather.
That's okay.
Yeah, this is it's a unique one we're doing. So this is going to be a fun one. And then the week after is going to be another huge one. So we're top heavy. It's huge, but it is pretty. I'm excited about it. It's going to probably be a decent video too. So for the week after.
Let's put that out there. By the way, you guys need to go and join $7 a pop YouTube. You need to go and subscribe right now. You can leave this live. Go subscribe right now if you have to.
Open up a new tab.
Yeah, and check out all the videos that Jason makes, because Jason gives you a full outline about like what's upcoming in the signature series and all that.
Not only does he do that, but he does it real good.
Yes, he does
it's
it. He does.
Hilarious.
He does.
I do it real good.
Yeah,
I do that good.
He does a fantastic job of making it fun, making it interesting, and making it humorous. I think you guys would really, really dig it. And you should totally go and subscribe right now. And also follow them on Instagram. That way you'll know anytime they post a new video. And Jason is behind all their social media, right, Jason? You're the guy.
Yeah, I'd say 99%.
What?
You don't like it, if you don't like an interaction, it wasn't me.
Smart move.
Yes.
Sean Neal, Jason, that was the most non-update update. That's true, actually.
Yeah, I don't have anything huge. Oh, I tell you, we have soda tubes coming out soon. I could say that.
Soda tube? What the hell is that?
Nice! A tube for your soda!
What?
It's a tube for your soda, for the Funko sodas. So it's a plastic. It'll fit inside. You can either put one.
Oh! I know now. Sorry.
Yeah. I have something huge in your teeth.
I do?
It's like
in
your
here?
whole tooth. No, the other side. No,
it's a soda tube.
No, it's this side.
Can you get it?
I'm not sticking my hand in there.
What? Can you get it? If it was your tooth, I'd do something.
Would you?
Are you serious? I got something in there? I've been doing this whole live and you're not telling me about it?
It's the tooth next to it. Closer
Can
to
you
the
get
middle.
it, please?
No, I can't.
Just
Jason, can you
there,
tell
Heather?
him how wrong that is?
Wrong?
I can't see it. All I see is Chris picking his teeth.
Oh my God. I'll be changing your diapers in a few years. So just take care of this one, would you?
Wow, in a few years. That's like really fast.
Yeah. She's getting old. She's got a lot of miles on her. Here, could you just get this for me? Is it there?
It's there.
Oh my, come on, Heather. Just get it for me. You got long fingernails.
No,
all right,
I don't.
we gotta get past
My
this.
fingernails are short.
Tube for your soda is like fleshlight for a soda.
I mean,
okay, DH, thank you. He went hard with his comment.
Was that Ryan?
No, DH. No. Is that, believe it or not, it was DH from Georgia. He's a good dude.
Okay,
We met him in person at Plastic Empire.
Okay, good. But anyway, so we added in a little thing for the Pog to display with it. So that'll be coming out, and we should have those probably by the end of the summer. So
Beautiful.
We're excited about those. Yeah.
Amazing.
And always new sizes, always new things coming. So we're working on lots of stuff, and we're gonna be seeing you at some cons this year too.
I was really excited about your Marvel Mystery Grill. Awesome.
Yeah. Did you participate?
Okay, let me tell you my weird story, because this might be something you have to go in tomorrow and try to figure out for me.
Okay.
So the box said sold out.
Right.
Heather went on. It said sold out. She clicked it. She was able to purchase.
Right. So some naughty boy or girl, I don't know what they were, tried to buy 13 of them. So we were canceling them as they were happening, and so that's probably what happened. So because it sold out really fast, and then the more we kept putting them back, they sold out just as fast. So people were on there. So you lucked out.
So I did get one.
I'm guessing.
I mean, it wouldn't go through if I didn't, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. We don't take money and then not deliver a product to you. That would be really messed up.
No. I just thought that maybe it was a glitch. I didn't want
Chris
to be.
asked me.
When I felt stupid. I'm like, did we glitch something?
He was like, what did he say? Oh, today he's like, did we get a shipping notification? I'm like, you're worse than those dumb fuckers that asked.
Well,
like,
no, because I didn't. Because it was sold out when you clicked it, and I thought we like screwed something up.
No, we didn't.
I was worried about it, Heather. Take it easy.
They took our money. We're good.
I know they would deliver, Heather. They're $7 a pop after all. I know that.
After all.
Yeah, after all.
Dean said
After all.
Heather used the YouTuber only link.
Yeah, we get accused of that, and that's just first of all, we don't have the time. Secondly, everyone has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Everyone has a YouTube channel.
That is my biggest gripe with being on YouTube. People comment sometimes and they're like, "Oh, you pulled that because you're on YouTube. Oh, you only got help from your friends because you're on YouTube." And it's like, no, we get help from our friends because we help our friends back, and
because we're on Vimeo too.
Yeah,
wait,
that's why.
My favorite today was, what did somebody say? That we hated on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
Oh
NFTs?
yeah, someone was really
Let me use the
mad
bathroom real quick.
that we don't like the royalty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because it's just Freddy with like a weird gold eye band and a hat and a skateboard.
Yeah.
And we didn't like, I don't remember if it was Shredder or not, and they were like, basically, in a nutshell, said something like, but yeah, I'll take advice from the people who thought making Ghastly was a good idea. And I was like, you know what? With a less than 1 minute sellout, I think it was a pretty fucking good idea, dude. Get out of here.
Maybe they weren't being sarcastic. Maybe they were just like, yeah, I'm going to take advice from these people.
No, they were definitely being an asshole.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Life's too short to be like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't like it, that's cool. You don't have to. Don't fucking buy it. But don't, like, it really pissed me off because Chris and I work our asses off with the Ghastly stuff, like more than the channel. And we put a lot of time into the channel. A lot of time. So the fact that someone's trying to shit on something that Chris has been dreaming of and making come to life over the last few years is really crappy, and it agitated me. But
it would be nice if he was here to hear you say that.
Yeah, but
where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Where did he go?
Did he have to use the bathroom?
He's probably busy. I don't know, fapping it to like anime porn.
I gotta pause the live for a minute because I gotta go run it out there. But yeah. So how was your week? So you had a fun weekend, in other words, at Awesome Con, and
we did. Oh, I didn't even show my Gus Fring.
Yes, let's see it.
I asked him. I said, put your favorite Gus Fring quote on it, because I had a quote in mind, but I didn't want to tell him what to do because Gus Fring is like the most badass villain of all time. Mm-hmm. And he chose "A Man Provides," and then he went the extra mile and signed the side with "Never make the same mistake twice," which was the quote I was going to have him sign.
You know what my favorite quote from him on that show, from Gustavo Fring, was? "I prefer to hide in plain sight." I love that line.
He's like...
Do you watch Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah.
I'm not Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul.
We watched the first
2 or 3 seasons. I need to go back. I want to watch it from start to finish because it's
almost done.
Yeah, I have a really bad memory. It's hard for me to watch a show because when we started it was like a weekly thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's hard I think it still is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to watch a show and then let a year pass and then get the next season and remember it.
or 3 years
Or
in this
3
this
years.
past game, but we're wrapping up, and they had other crap happen in between.
Yeah.
You remember? Something happened in 2020. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm all caught up on Better Call Saul, and it's so good. It's so well done. And I really think that they get a lot of creative freedom that is well earned on that show.
Yeah. No.
And he does an amazing job. Like, you get to see how the earlier parts pre Walter White of Gus and Mike and everybody, and just how Walt really messed up their lives, and they because he was a dummy.
He was.
Right. It was just a big prequel on all these different characters. Yeah. I liked what I saw from the get, but now we got to go back and watch it all over again. Al said, someone has never heard of Darth Vader, greatest villain of all time. Come on now.
Sorry, not a Star Wars fan.
Heather's not a Star Wars fan. How dare you?
Hate to break hearts. Sorry, Al.
But, well, let's say the actor is the greatest villain of all time. He's a villain in The Boys. He's a villain in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's a villain in Star Wars.
I haven't caught back up with The Boys yet, but apparently the first episode's a doozy. But I forgot Giancarlo Esposito's in it. He's playing the same. He's basically playing Gus Fring in all these shows.
Exactly, and I'm fine with that, because I want more of that, like, villainous character. He's so good. He is so good at being a villain.
Do you guys have Hulu?
Yeah.
Duh.
I just finished my second complete viewing of the new show Shoresy, which was a spinoff of Letterkenny, and it's fantastic.
There's a spinoff of Letterkenny?
Yes, there's a
Holy
spinoff.
Shit.
With a character that Jared Keeso plays in that one called Shoresy, who you never got to see his face until this show. So it's but it's great. I highly recommend it.
Amazing. I've never watched that show as I think I watched like 2 episodes of it, and I didn't get past that. Not Shoresy, the other one.
Letterkenny.
Yeah, Letterkenny.
I've seen the whole series. I mean, with the exception of the newest season, I've probably been through it about 10 times now.
Wow.
I just will put it on in the background and just watch. And I'll stop doing what I'm doing for hours. And I'm just like, I should probably finish what I'm supposed to do.
Ryan Thomas said Jason loves shitty TV shows.
Who said that?
Ryan.
How dare you? How dare you?
He also said, you guys only have every Ghastly because you made it. It's not fair.
It's not fair. You only gave it to you only created it because you're a YouTuber.
Right, exactly, because we're a bunch of douchebag YouTubers now.
Yeah. Everyone, I told that to Sal. I said, everyone has a YouTube channel now. I'm like, we just don't do it. Like, we don't even give out, the only boxes we give out for free are the, like, whenever we have a contest, like once or twice a month. That's it.
Yeah.
If you told me to give you a free box, I'd be like, no.
Somebody commented in the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group. They basically said, I can't remember exactly how they said it, but they're like, we hate watching YouTubers get boxes from companies like $7 a pop and opening them and seeing all the things they got for free. And I'm like, I just responded and said, listen, they're our sponsor, so they sent us stuff, in the past for marketing purposes. I mean, that's the smart thing to do, right? Like when we had Ghastly, we reached out to a lot of the bigger YouTubers because we know that if we get Ghastly out there in the forefront, people will know who Ghastly is, and it'll sort of like, I don't know, word of mouth, right? So, people that say shit like that are just, in my opinion, shitty people. I hate it. It drives me crazy. And we get more of that in the Gastlecast channel, like in the comment section, lately than ever. Like it's gotten worse lately.
Well, the more you grow, the more you piss people off. Especially when you say, I don't like anime pops because everybody loves anime and we don't.
Oh, everyone loves anime pops.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
And people get so mad if your opinion is different than theirs. Like, they can't accept that your opinion's different. And we see it all the time. I mean, we see it with bigger matters, of course, especially around, like, voting season. Like, when it's time to pick a new president, it's like your way or the highway. Like, you can't just say something and say, okay, I respect your opinion.
Right.
Like, everybody is just so set on everyone
No,
else.
people are in
liking
general. People are in general.
what
people
they
in general
like.
are angry. People are angry, and there's a good reason for people to be angry these days with what goes on in the world. But the thing that drives me the most crazy is that we put out content that's entertaining. $7 a pop is constantly doing things that are. By the way, you turned your light up. There you go. You're good. It got really bright for us. It was like you're next to the sun. I don't know what just happened. But $7 a pop, they're constantly doing things that are, for your entertainment purposes, and they put up all these cool signature series. And Mystery Grail, as an example. These are all for entertainment. This is all for fun. How could anybody get angry and pissed off about it?
Because everyone's angry and pissed off.
That's what I mean.
They need to find something to be angry about. It's like, I'll occasionally get scratch offs if I have a couple bucks in my pocket, and I usually lose. Like every single time.
Right.
I think the most I've ever won was like $20 off of a $2 scratch off.
You should make a 4-part series on why you should never buy scratch offs.
Yeah, I should do that.
You should also never give those to your children.
You
because
would
it'll
be
ruin their lives.
You would be the biggest douchebag ever if you've ever done something like that.
I would just say, look, I bought these scratch offs and I didn't win anything, or I won $1, and I saw this. All these people who win, they all won.
That should be on your tombstone.
There's everyone who, all the people who win seem to have won something. So I don't see how that's really fair.
That should be on Jason Swoboda. Boom.
Rip.
That's where. Yeah, that's the quote.
Rip.
That should be the quote. Yeah, I don't know. When people are watching YouTube videos like ours, like the reason that people always say, you guys hate on everything, you're so angry. What they don't understand, I guess, and maybe we should make a video where we explain this.
I don't think we need to.
Well, our videos they're caricatures. They're basically, for the most part, they're the people who are angry in the comment sections on those Instagram and Facebook posts. That's who they are, right? So it's not the real Chris and the real Heather. We're just acting out like these stupid people who are angry that they didn't get what they wanted. Right? Mm-hmm. We're the big crybabies. And without wearing a big crybaby mask and the tears coming out. Like we're the caricature of that. And people don't understand it. And I feel like when it's funny, somebody commented the other day and they were asking, like, why are you being so angry? And I'm like, well, this is supposed to be for comedy. I said, this is us basically showing
maybe it's not comedy if we have to explain
but it is. Well, I mean, most people get it, but I explained what we were doing, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious!" Right? It was like we had to turn the light switch on, and sometimes I feel like in every video, maybe we should open it by you know how Jackass opens it, where it's like, "Don't try any of the stunts you see in these videos." It would be something like that, like
warning
outlined.
If you like anime, blah 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 blah.
Right,
blah.
warning, or if you get upset easily, this is all parody, and then bang, and then you go on with your video.
All voices are impersonated poorly.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. I mean, we've been doing so somebody commented the other day that we create. How would you say it? Like I
don't know what comment you're talking about.
They say we create sayings or catchphrases. I think catchphrases is the best way. We create catchphrases like on a constant, like almost on a weekly basis. And the newest one is yelling anime. Like that's what we've been doing, yelling anime. I don't know why I did it. One day I just did it, right? We're just sitting here and I just started yelling anime. And I was like, now you yell it. And Heather yelled anime. And then we just yelled anime back and forth and played music under it. Like this like this techno music under it.
We thought that people were going to be like pissed.
There were a couple of people that were angry. But we do these things and it's just like all out of like we just want to make somebody laugh. But it's funny because you read through the comments and you see how it resonates with people. Some people are like, oh, that's so funny. Anime! Right? And then the next person's like, you guys fucking suck. You get all these different people.
Well, look,
it's great.
If you focus on all the negative comments, you're never going to be able to wade through the waters.
Bingo.
It's hard, and you so many times you want to go on Twitter.
Wait a minute, how'd you know?
And just engage people and just be like, no, you're wrong. But at some point you're just like what is the point? So
Right.
it's the same people are always just like, oh, this is rigged, this is a scam, and it's like it's not. I'm never going to convince you otherwise. So just don't buy it. Just don't buy. That's very simple. There was a Ricky Gervais. It was one of Ricky Gervais's bits where he was talking about it because you see something that you're not interested in. It's like if you go into the town square, you go up to a bulletin board and you see a thing for guitar lessons, and you go, "I don't want guitar lessons," and you call it up. It's just like, "Are you giving guitar lessons? Fuck you! I don't want them."
That's really
He
good.
does it much better. I
Right.
don't.
No,
but
you
it's-
did pretty
Yeah,
good.
that was
I'll give
good.
it to
Well, I
you,
don't
Jason. You
want
did good.
guitar lessons. Ah! There's the world is we live in a small world. It's so broad, and like we're connected to everything, and it just shrunk everything. And so everything's under a microscope. Everybody has to take it's a personal affront because you don't like something.
Right.
I'm my whole thing is I'm going to start reminding people that they did in fact like Nickelback, and they still do.
I will sing
Gotta remind
Photograph at the top of my lungs anytime it comes on.
Well, look,
Look at this.
DH comes in hating. He says, it is okay if you let the Gangsta's Paradise parodies fade away. They have had their moment, and they can stop.
The
wrote
Gangster's
Oh my God.
Paradise?
Yeah, Heather's been doing her parodies.
I wrote a song the other day because, so people who are obsessed with stickers, we call them sticker hoes.
But I don't like stickers.
And I said I think the Halo Funko Pop where it had the Microsoft
And the Funko Shop sticker.
and a Funko Shop sticker, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's a sticker hose paradise, and I was like, oh my god, Gangster's Paradise. So I was like, what are the fucking words? And I sat here for like 30 seconds, and I scribbled it on a piece of paper, and I talked about Funko sticker hose. And
Sticker hose.
made it to the Gangster's Paradise melody.
You know, it's
Or you
funny.
didn't like it,
so
DH.
DH says, no hate, just ready for something new. That's funny because there are certain things that resonate and stay, and no one says anything about it, like trash and pho and anime. So you do those three things, and everybody's fine with it. But it isn't until you do a parody of Gangster's Paradise where people are in the uprising and they're saying it needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Look, the Coolio fan base is very, very. they're legit. They're
Right.
they're not going to stand
It
for it.
needs to stop right now.
Coolio got pissed when Weird Al
I
did
know.
the Amish
Yeah.
Paradise.
Yeah, he got pretty angry.
He
about
got really mad. Jason, while you are still here, because I don't know how long you've got, and frankly,
I got
don't
15. I got 14 minutes.
know. Okay. I don't know how long I've got either. So,
Okay.
Dean Blockley, when we were on the topic of Mystery Grail, he said, my kids aren't allowed to watch Jason anymore. They kept trying to take my credit card off me and buy shit.
That's our secret. That's what we've wanted. We want that Australian credit card money.
that Australian credit card money.
Yes. No, it's I want to argue all day, but I can't. I don't, because you could I could be making something instead of that. But more people just want to sit there and doom scroll, and they want to go and throw their hat. I used to post about politics and all kinds of stuff a long time ago. I stopped, and I'm happier for it. I would love to have a platform to scream stuff about, but I don't want to.
It's honestly too much energy for
Yeah,
me.
I agree. Too
Like-
much energy.
Well, no, everything that we've been going through for like the past couple years has made every single conversation so boring. Everyone's talking about the pandemic, and then everyone's talking about Tiger King, and then everybody's now talking about gas prices and the economy and Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and the Chris Rock Will Smith slap. It's just like it's ruining general conversations because you go up to people and it's just like, God, I haven't seen you in like 2 years, man. Yeah. So how about these gas prices? How about the cost of food, right? It's going up for me. How about you? Of course it's going. It's going up for everybody.
Can I just say?
I shop at a secret supermarket where it's really
That's only because
low.
you're a YouTuber.
Can I just say that I've never seen anybody run around faster than Wes Howard at that bar we were at, telling everybody about the Will Smith slap. You remember that? Yeah, Wes Howard ran around this bar. I've never seen anybody. It was like watching The Flash. He told me, and I was drinking a beer, and I was like, "Huh?" And he just shot over to another table, and he's like telling all of them, and he was like animated. He's like, "There's a slap."
But that was the day it happened, right?
Yes, it was like
it was not. No, it was in the moment. It was in the moment that night. It was unbelievable.
Everyone talked about.
Dude, he did backflips over the table telling people about that shit. I couldn't even believe it.
But and then there's people a week later still talking about it, making jokes that were done within. The jokes were out within 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Every joke you could have possibly heard was done. So there was no new joke that was going to be done at any point the next day. But people kept trying. And they kept trying to take other people's jokes and change a word or two. Probably how they passed high school. And they write a paper and just completely plagiarize something but change 4 sentences. No, I didn't plagiarize it. Look, this is out of order. So
it's like when Chris says, "You're acting ridiculous." And I'm like, "You just called me ridiculous." And he said, "No, you're acting ridiculous." He plays that with me all the time. All the time.
Well,
because I'm acting it, he didn't actually call me ridiculous. I'm acting ridiculous. It's different.
Right.
But have you seen the price of ground beef lately? I'm just saying.
How about the weather, Jason? How about that weather?
It's been nice this week. Yeah, that's I think talking about the price of gas and food right now is like talking about the weather. We're all experiencing it. It's just hey, have you been outside? Obviously, since you don't live in this grocery store with all the expensive food.
Have you been outside?
Have you been outside? It's weathery. It's nice or it's not. I don't know.
There's an outside out there.
Hey, did you complain about the heat today? No, you should. Boy, it's hot out here. Right. It's 115. Yes, we all know. We all know it's hot.
Well, we all have something to complain about, and there has to be, right, like you've complained about people not putting up their grocery carts, right? So you've complained about that.
Oh, fuck those people.
I know that, but I'm saying we all have something to complain about. And luckily, Heather and I can come home every night, and we can just yell and holler and be just crazy, right? But it's our way of getting our energy out. And by the end of it, I'm tired out.
But you're all tuckered out. The thing with the grocery cart is that affects other people. And also how about bad parking jobs?
Oh my God!
Quick
I hate
story.
That too.
Quick, you saw the picture I had posted a couple weeks ago?
No.
Somebody.
Oh yeah, I did.
Somebody in their giant pickup truck, off the ground. I didn't look at the back. It probably had a pair of truck balls on it too. They parked in the loading area between 4 handicap spots. And my dad could not get into his car. He had to squeeze in to get into his car. And I'm just hit the truck. Just hit it with your door. I'm that person deserves everything that they could get. But yeah, man. Anyone who does that.
Why are people dicks? People are such dicks.
That is the because I have a feeling that if anything escalated, it would have been bad for me. I was not in the emotional state to deal with that kind of confrontation because I was just I was sitting there just shouting really loud. I'm just are you effing kidding me? I was does anyone else see this?
Did you? So you took it to Facebook? Of course.
I did, but I made sure I did not blur out the license plate number. I left that very prominent.
Oh, spicy. Okay.
Yeah, F that guy. And it had to be a dude. It had to be a dude. That truck was just unreal. It was awful. It probably made a lot of noise too,
So, I got a question for you. So you make you make these videos for $7 a pop, the signature series.
Yes.
So how far in advance do you make them? Is it like a week in advance? Do you know how soon do you know to make the video?
I mean, I know what's usually coming up, but I won't start working on it unless it's like a big idea. Like if we ever had Guy Fieri, it would be done in I'd be able to do that.
You
easily.
would know.
I would.
Instantly.
I know exactly how it's going to go already.
Yeah.
It's been that way for a long time. If we ever did a Shrek one, if they ever make more Shrek pops, I'm all in.
You're all in.
But no, usually we'll write it on Monday, shoot it Tuesday or Wednesday, edit Wednesday and Thursday, and then it comes out. So usually when it drops, I'm just finishing that day.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I always wonder because, you're making a video leading up to the day. How soon do you post it? You post on Wednesday, right?
Thursday.
Or Thursday. Okay, so you post on Thursday for the drop that'll occur on Saturday.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you guys need to go and follow $7 a Pop's YouTube channel.
I would love it. And we're going to be doing new, different content too, other than signature series, because I would like a little variety. And it's always fun to do that.
So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
I don't know. Because a couple of the unboxings that we didn't get a lot of traction. And I thought it would. Other than the Freddy video. The Freddy unboxing got a lot. But compared to the first one Lee did, it was he unboxed it was a $96,000 collection. And the first video got over 90,000 views. So everything's compared to that. I'm well, I haven't gotten 90,000 views yet, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work to get there, right? I mean,
it was. Yeah, that was.
You got to find the right thing to make the video about, because when Heather and I are making videos, you really never know what's going to take off. And sometimes it'll be, I'll tell Heather, I'm we're making this video. It's going to be stupid. I don't like the idea. And we'll put it out and see what happens. And it'll be our #1 video for the week, right? So you really just never know. And it's hard to figure out what your topic should be and what topic is going to garner the most views.
Yeah, and it's weird because then sometimes you'll see somebody who just will talk about, not even open something up, but just talk about something, and then they get it posts in an instant and they get 400,000 views. And it's just well, what the heck? How did that happen?
Right. I know. It's all miraculous. Our video where we interviewed Grail Monster has been climbing. That the other day I looked at it, it was almost 10K, which is pretty good. I mean, considering it was an interview video. Interview videos don't always do that great, but was
that the guy who bought the $100,000
yes.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
I did not. I did not get it. It's been a rough 2 months,
Shame
but I'll get
on
there.
You, Jason.
You know what?
You have, Heather?
9.5.
9.5. Yeah. So it was
soon
actually...
it'll be 9.6 because I'm going to watch it 600 times. I'm going to watch it 100 times.
It was. It came out pretty good. I like the guy a lot. Going into it, I didn't know how I would feel about him, but he's a really, really good dude, and he seems to be interested in he's not really big in the Funko world. He's really big into the Grail world, and he's trying to figure out how you capture the proper values of Grail pops, because on PPG it might say that a pop is worth 9K. But there's been a sale behind the scenes where something sold for 25K. So his idea is to film it, to make sure you document it properly, and make sure it's submitted to PPG. That way they have the proper value listed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of big stuff. I think we've only scratched the surface as far as value goes. I think there's going to be more and more. I think this is going to be more common than you think, possibly. I mean, stuff going for outrageous amounts. I mean, we just sold a Freddy Krueger, Funko Freddy Krueger. It was I think over $8,000.
Wow.
So I mean, it's climbing that way. And I'm sitting there. I sold that for $500 10 years, like 8 years ago, and I'm like, shit.
Not even that though. Like we discussed in our interview with him, a lot of people do like sort of behind the scenes deals where they're selling privately and there's no record.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a 24 piece or a 12 piece, or like look at those Freddy those Freddy Venoms aren't going on eBay.
Yeah, no. So the only
I know somebody who sold their someone who sold their Clockwork Orange for $10,000 in cash. And they met someone somewhere in a parking lot and they sold it for cash. And I was just like, you better have like 2 people like parked at different ends of that parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Or bring Tony Soprano with you, or someone who looks like Tony Soprano. Gotta go buy that Funko Pop.
But I think that I think it's interesting just to hear and see the interaction that happens on the high value Funko Pops, because he filmed it, and at first I thought maybe this guy just wants to make it a really big deal. He's buying $100,000 Funko Pop set, and he's trying to make it a big deal. But realistically, which he explained in our interview, and it might also have been like, here, I'm a very big deal, but it was really documenting that it actually happened. Mm-hmm. And PPG, the folks over there were like, hey, if you can document it and send it to us, then we can authenticate that it did sell for that amount. And that's pretty much what he was aiming for. And I find that to be interesting. And he made a point in their interview by saying, why don't you come to, here or wherever he lives and try to make up a meeting place for all these high dollar grail finders to meet up all in one place and do an interview with all of them. And like all one time, and ask questions to all of them and just see what they have to say. That video would crush the Funko community to find out what they're doing and why they're doing it and what they're up to and what they're buying and what they're spending. I mean, could you imagine?
They're gonna wind up having their own panel.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll be that guy and Juno, and they'll just sit there and talk to each other.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a guy who dropped $100,000 on a Funko Pop set. I mean, I don't know of anybody else who dropped that kind of money on one item.
Especially with these gas and food prices.
Right, exactly. But I mean, so Juno is a guy that everybody talks about because of the Freddy Venoms. But he went out and bought them all at a kind of a lower cost or value. And now he has all of them, and he's now controlling what the value is overall. Mm-hmm. That's different than somebody just running out and buying the Willy Wonka set. That's 100. Now he put a price on it. He's like, hey, what would you take? And the guy's like, well, it couldn't be any lower than $100K. And the guy immediately went back, Grail Monster, and said, okay, I'll pay $100K. I'll do it. And now he paid $100K. I mean, $100K, you're talking about the same amount of money that somebody could use to go out and buy a condo, right? In some parts of the country.
Yes.
Buy a couple of cars or buy a high-end car. Right? Mm-hmm. $100,000 is a lot of money. And I think about that, realistically, you're talking about a product like this. You're talking about a toy. Mm-hmm. I mean, as a person who doesn't make millions of dollars, I could not ever fathom, could you, spending $100K on a Funko Pop set? I mean, does that not fucking blow your mind? I mean, that blows my mind.
I would love to have that kind of folded money. It'd be great.
I mean, that's insane. I mean, to have that kind of money to spend on those types of things is insane. By the way, we made a joke in the video. If you ever watch it, which I will. You're a busy man. You might not have time for it. But in the video, he like records himself with a webcam, similar to you. Like, you have a great background. You got the you got the Maryland flag. You got Funko Pops. You got all sorts of stuff back there. He looked like he was in a bathroom. Like that was like the funniest thing. So after it was all done, he messaged us and he's like, God, I'm so angry about my video quality and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, dude, just upgrade. I don't know, like upgrade. Because I made a joke in the video, like, dude, you bought a $100,000 Funko Pop set. Why isn't your background like lights and shit? And like Funko Pops hanging all off of your wall.
Because he bought a $100,000.
Well, that's the joke that Heather made. Heather made that joke. She's like, well, it's because he purchased all these Funko Pops. or the Funko Pop set. That's why he can't afford it.
Oh, that was 2 weeks. I'm looking at it now. It was 2 weeks ago you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while ago.
I wasn't doing well 2 weeks ago, so no, I didn't watch it. But I will. I promise I will now.
That's okay.
Now so much of a big deal has been made about me watching this. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to say the next thing I do, I'm just going to be like, hey, have you ever seen Shorzy? Hey, have you ever seen the Gastlecast interview with Grail Hunter?
Well,
Those are my two favorite shows right now.
Well, you know what's really funny? You mentioned that you really liked the interview we did with Drop. The folks.
Yes,
Drop.
that was super.
Well, guess what?
What?
I haven't said this publicly. They can no longer do interviews with us.
Because of that?
They were shut down. They can't do interviews with us anymore because Funko won't allow them to do interviews anymore with us.
Just with you or just with anybody?
No, in general. Like, they basically, if you're going to do an interview with them, it has to go, like, to Funko. Funko has to give it the check mark, and then we can release it. That never happened. So
you didn't even tell me this.
No, I forgot. So
well, did you get a you didn't get a takedown notice or anything, did
you? No.
Okay.
So Patrick from Drop was like, he emailed us and he's like, hey, there's a piece of, I'm not going to say what the piece of information was. He's like, there's a piece of information in the video or something that I answered that you have to remove. Well, I filmed that video on like a Friday or a Thursday, and the very next day I had it out. And that was a video. It took me like 8 hours to edit. It was a long time. I edited this video and I forgot to remove that information.
Oh.
And I put it up and I emailed him and I'm like, hey man, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I already posted it. And he replied, he's like, no problem. Don't worry about it. You guys are cool. And he's like, listen, if I run into an issue, you know, I'll face it myself, which was really cool. And by the way, what he answered wasn't like, to me, it wasn't groundbreaking. Like it was sort of an interesting piece, but it wasn't groundbreaking. Anyway, he came back to me. I messaged him about a week ago now, and I'm like, hey, I need to find out about this. And he's like, well, I can't be on your YouTube channel anymore. And I was like, really? Why? He's like, because, you know, apparently there's some rules and stuff, and it has to be approved. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like that guy, by the way, Patrick from Drop is like such a cool guy, right? Mm-hmm. Like such a cool dude. Really, really like him. In fact, it turned out that he was a fanboy of our channel, which I did not know. And I think I left that in the interview video. He likes that I yell trash and stuff, which to me, it was like you interview people and they typically don't know who you are. Like typically you're interviewing them and they're like, you know, I'm being interviewed by some YouTube channel. This guy knew who we were. And he loved that, like our little catchphrases, which to me was amazing. But the fact that now I'm against the wall where I no longer can do videos with him sucks like really bad because we could have done so many cool things with him. Like,
but that was a good interview. Like I learned a lot about the process, and it sort of made me rest a little easier, I guess, is what I was saying, because they were talking about like, you know, the stuff they did with bots and, you know, trying to prevent, you know, people using like 100,000 different things. I would have liked to have heard his response to the line cutters, but apparently it was, and someone commented on one of those videos that people were just selling their link in line.
Yes.
That's how they were cutting in line. And I was like, okay, that's not as egregious. I thought people were like trying to skip the system basically, but if someone legitimately got in line and then decided to sell their spot, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's going to do that, then whatever. I mean,
I don't find that to be nefarious, I guess.
No, I mean, we've had friends that
I'm going to start getting in line just to sell my spot. How much do you think those people get paid?
It's almost like Vegas, where you like when you could bet on the Super Bowl, just like what color cleats that someone's gonna have, what color shoes will the halftime performer have, what would the score? Like you can just vote. Like the prop bets that they have are unbelievable. So I think that's like prop betting for NFTs, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, we have friends that's helped us out in the NFT stuff. Like we're not lucky. So we have a couple good friends who are always like, hey, we're not interested in this, so we'll help you. And the one guy is super, super, super lucky. Like he looks at, like every time he sends me his packs, I open them. It's always like, it's either the legendaries, grails, or it'll be epics. Like he's always shooting out some really cool shit. Really good dude. But realistically, if I didn't have him, I wouldn't have been able to finish like the Transformer set. There's no way in hell. Like it would never worked out. I wouldn't have been able to get all of the Scooby-Doo things that I wanted to get. By the way, how did you finish Transformers?
No, I don't want to. I'm gonna sell my. I'm probably gonna wind up selling my epics just so I can get because I'm not crazy about that Freddy. I'd rather finish my royalty for Kellogg's and then maybe buy a redeemable for the Transformers. I'm looking at Devastator and Hot Rod.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unless they're outrageous, because I got the Gold Optimus, so I don't have to worry about him. I pulled him. That was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm good with that. That's gonna be $1,000 pop very soon.
So
I'm sure.
Our newest video, we actually talked about the Freddy Funko from TMNT, and was it Freddy? No, it was the Grail. The Grail Leonardo. You know what he's going for?
No.
$800. So we're talking like Grails right now. So you have a Grail Optimus.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he actually. So I have all of them as well. So I'm interested to see what happens with them.
The wax price for him at one point was over $500.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, as soon as that pop hits, it's going to be $1,000 pop for sure.
Oh yeah, easily. And
yeah.
So I can't wait to see what happens in the end. Not only with that set, but these other sets. Like, so we'll make a video in the future where we talk about all the NFT, maybe at the end of the year, all the NFT sets and what their values are today. Because as we mentioned in our video a couple days ago, oh, that's badass. In all the videos we talked about over the last couple of days, the NFT Funko Pops are always going to come out on top when it comes to value. Outside of Fun Days, right? So Fun Days Funko Pops will most likely be the most expensive, but these NFT Funko Pops are like it. If you're in it for value, you want to go for them.
And thank goodness we're going to have a San Diego Fun Days in person. Fingers crossed.
That's exciting.
I'm super excited about it because because it's been a while and I like it. But I'm going to bow out at this point because
thank you. Yes, of course. Thank you.
I have an early day tomorrow, so I'm going to go to sleep.
So do I. Thank you, dude. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us, and we'll do it again very soon.
Absolutely. Love you guys. Take care.
We love you. Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. So that was Jason the Swoboda. Look at that. Oh my God, we have a mic in our video the entire time.
That's hot.
Unbelievable. Just want to remind you guys again to head over to patreon.com/Gastlecast and join our Patreon. We do our Patreon call every single month. We do all sorts of giveaways. This month will include this Moff Gideon that is signed. That is right. And it says, you have something I want. And it says Giancarlo Esposito. And it also says Moff Gideon there at the bottom. This is the glow-in-the-dark exclusive. That will be given away. Another Funko Pop we did not talk about. This is not a part of a giveaway. This is my Captain Carter. And it says, I can do this all day. By the way, she was amazing. We didn't talk about that at all. She was such a lovely person, right?
She was really nice.
She was really, really cool. I liked her a lot. Al said our mods are on drugs.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Zach said something about cocaine earlier. It was a joke.
Oh. I didn't keep up. So patreon.com/Gastlecast. Go and join up. You are not only supporting the channel, but you also get some cool things in return. We, every once in a while, we'll post up some unedited footage, which I think you guys will really dig. And additionally, we give out a bunch of Ghastly information, Mischief Toys information that you won't find anywhere else but during that call. And also go and join Gastlecast We Hunt Together on Facebook. It's a great group full of great people hunting together, yes. Go and join that. That's awesome. And by the way, that picture you just showed me is really great.
I know.
Heather just showed me some new Mischief Toys merch. I think you guys are going to really like it a lot. I'm going to take these off. You guys are going to like it a lot.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the merch is super dope. We have more Mischief Toys dope coming. Mischief Toys dope.
Toys dope. Man, our mods who are on drugs.
I know
will
they got
love
me.
It.
We have more Mischief Toys gear coming your way. That's really dope. But even better than that, we have really, really, really big Mischief Toys news coming within the next couple of weeks. We're going to drop it. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to be sort of a secret drop of information that I think you guys are going to really, really like. I think you guys are going to find it interesting, and you're going to want to know more about it. And I'm going to give you a little teensy-beensy piece of that information then, but more information will come out later. Mischief Toys, as you guys already know, or most of you know, is our toy company where we sell our little action figure or a little figure called Ghastly, a designer toy. We have something really big coming for New York Comic Con, but there's a really big secret society, I guess is the best way I can explain it, that is within Mischief Toys, and we're going to explain all of that to you really, really soon. I think you guys are going to like this a lot. This is something that hasn't been done by anybody else. We're the first people to do it as far as I can tell, and I think you guys are going to love what we're doing. I really, really do. And I'm excited to let all of that information loose. Like right now, it's hard for me because I'm keeping it all pent up. And Heather right now is like kicking me as hard as she can because she doesn't want me to let it loose.
I'm not kicking
But
anybody. I have my feet on my chair. Don't listen to him.
But the thing is that it's information that I want to tell you, but I can't. But we will let that loose very, very soon.
Anybody who asks questions about upcoming drops, I really apologize for ignoring your questions. We are not going to give any details unless we decide to.
Right.
So please don't ask questions about upcoming drops. We won't give that information out.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the information that we have, it's not smart for us to put it out yet because we want to deliver information to you when it's, I guess, the best time when we actually have items that we can like put up, for you guys to purchase or merch that we can have you purchase. I don't want to just tell you things and kind of lead you on all the time. I want to show you what it is and get you guys excited about it. So that's coming really, really soon.
Just an FYI, what we have coming up for NYCC is fucking amazing. We got pictures of it this week.
I'm telling you.
It is going to blow
I'm telling you right now,
mind.
you guys, for whoever's here right now, okay, you're here with me and Heather right now, right? And there's not that many people. There's like 92 people here. What we're about to do will change everything. When I say change everything, it's going to change the entire designer toy community. And I'm not just saying that, and I'm not frivolous with my information. I'm telling you, it's going to change everything. It's going to make you really excited. It's going to make you more excited about what Mischief Toys is doing. And it's going to give you an idea of how we're going to proceed into the future. And if you want to know more about all of what we're doing, at least little tidbits, head over to patreon.com/Gastlecast because we will explain a little bit more there. But I'm telling you right now, what happens at New York Comic Con
stays at New York Comic Con.
Stays at New York Comic Con, but it's going to blow your fucking mind. It's going to blow your mind because what we're doing are things that I want to see done, right? This is what, in my like collector mind, like as a collector, these are the things that I want to see happen. And I'm making them happen now, and Heather's making them happen as toy collectors. We know what you want. So now we're going to give you what you want, and it's going to blow your mind. So take that as you will, and we will give you more information sooner rather than later, as soon as we can give it to you.
And like we said earlier, it is a new mold.
It's a new mold.
We said we weren't going to do it, but we're doing it. We said we weren't going to do it this soon. It's a 5-inch or more mold. It's bigger. So it's bigger than the Ghastly that we have right now. Date on the next Patreon call. Let me see if I can give it to you right now. And the reason why I don't know is because I haven't looked at a calendar and I haven't really thought it through. I'm thinking the 25th. The 25th. Why not this date?
Because I can explain to you why. The 25th of June. So we'll post that on the 25th of June. We'll post it on Patreon. That'll be the day. We'll be there to hang out. It'll be a fun time. Mischief Toys is going to be really huge. And I'm not saying that because I'm cocky and I think that, I don't know. I don't want anybody to think that we just are just talking out of our ass. I'm telling you, Mischief Toys is going to be huge. And if you're on board with us now, and in a couple months or by the end of this year into next year, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And we'll be on a live just like this. And I'm going to say, hey, remember that time I told you that we're the next big thing and we're doing crazy big things? You're going to look back at us through YouTube and say, holy shit, these people are doing some crazy shit. And I'm telling you right now, what we do at New York Comic Con is going to literally crack the floors of New York Comic Con. It's going to be something you've never seen before, ever. And by the way, we're going to post up on MischiefToys.com. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter yet, you better go and sign up now. We're going to post all of our new newsletter information there. But most importantly, we're going to post on MischiefToys.com when we're going to have the reservation for the meetup for New York Comic Con. So if you're on the East Coast or you're coming from some other part of the world or some other part of the United States, you're going to want, or to New York Comic Con rather, if you're coming to New York Comic Con from somewhere else, you're going to want to sign up so you can find out how you reserve your spot to meet up with us. And depending on how many people we have will depend on what we give away while we're there. We're going to give away something really cool. So you're going to want to keep up with that. Yeah. I think that's it. I don't want to talk too much because I feel like I'm almost am I giving up too much information?
You gave a little more than I would prefer.
Really? I'm sorry. Heather, I didn't mean to do that. Yes. New molds. I'm telling you.
And yes, it was very expensive.
Okay. Yes, very expensive. But let me tell you something. This new mold will only be available at New York Comic Con.
We are sorry to anyone who hoped that it would reach the internet.
And here's the thing: this mold is going to drive everybody nuts. Anybody who loves Mischief Toys and Ghastly and they're not going to be there, it's going to drive you crazy that you didn't get your hands on this thing. I'll just say that. Is that good?
Which is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but it's crazy.
I want everyone to have it. And we can't do that because we're in the designer toy realm, which means that we're doing limited pieces, and limited pieces can't reach everybody, which makes me sad, but I really hope that everyone who wants one finds a way to get one because it's really, really cool.
Yeah. It's going to be nuts, and I just want to prepare you now. We're months out. I'm telling you now, and for those who are here, we have 80-some people here now. You know, for those who are still sticking around and hanging out with us, I'm just saying, love all of you, and I'm telling you this now. I want to prepare you. We will tell you more on patreon.com/Gastlecast. We will give you a little bit more in-depth information. I don't know how more in-depth, but we will give you more in-depth information. If you want to know about it, head over to patreon.com/Gastlecast. But that's all we got for you tonight, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us and Jason Swoboda. By the way, Jason Swoboda is fucking awesome. We love him. 7buckspop.com. Go and check them out. Of course, you already know who they are. And mysterygrail.com. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We hunt together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you for being here. Good night. Bye.
Its intensity may be more than some wish to be exposed to, and those people should...
18 will not be admitted.